everybody, what is going on? It's your boy Izlogic.business, bringing you another episode of Will It Work? Today we're going to be covering the Shapeshifter trait, and Shapeshifters are kind of a class that I never really use. So if you don't know what their bonuses are, 3 Shapeshifters, whenever they transform, they gain 60% bonus max health. Now this is very good because at 6 champions, they double the amount they get to 120% bonus max health. This is very good because you can obviously build items such as Warmogs, Titanic Hydra, things that build extra health into your champion and allow these shapeshifters to do a lot more damage, live a bit longer, and as a whole be a nuisance to oppositions. So let's run down the shapeshifters we got, starting with the 1-cost shapeshifters. Now there's 2 here, there's Elise and Nidalee. We'll start off with Elise. Elise is a demon shapeshifter, and her ultimate, if you can't tell, she transforms into her spiderling form. The more levels you get into Elise, she gains more spiderlings as well as more lifesteal. Now, I didn't realize until now she had lifesteal on her ultimate, which is fairly good. So she gains back health whenever she auto-attacks in her spiderling form, and as a whole does a lot of damage. Nidalee is a wild shapeshifter who has some fairly unique things that when her ult is used, she transforms into a cougar, and as a whole gains a whole lot more attack damage and is really, really threatening. Moving on to the 2-cost shapeshifters, we have probably the newest shapeshifter in the game in Jace. Jace is a Hextech shapeshifter who does a lot of damage and is very good. His ultimate is a mix of his hammer form E, knocking back things, and then his switching of stances into his long range form. He is basically a reverse Elise and Nidalee in the sense that instead of going from long range to melee, he goes melee to long range, allowing him to obviously benefit. Plus, he gains an insane amount of attack speed when he does transform that deteriorates over time. Next, we have our most beloved 3-cost champion in TFT, the one that I absolutely hate, Shyvana, the dragon shapeshifter, whom as a whole is really, really annoying. Her ultimate is basically her base ultimate in League of Legends, where she literally launches herself forward or in any direction into space, dealing damage along the way, transforming to a big boy dragon. And when she's in that form, her attacks burn and do a lot more damage than her base form. She is really annoying and really, really good to use. I highly recommend using her if you're playing TFT, but not against me. I absolutely hate people who use her against me. Moving on, 4-cost shapeshifter time. We have Gnar. Gnar is a wild shapeshifting yordle who, as a whole, has received some buffs recently to make him a bit more usable in team comps. He uses his Wallop, I believe that's the name of his ultimate. No, it's not, it's his stun that. But he turns into Mega Gnar. He uses his ultimate, pushing him into the wall or across the screen, stunning him. Really powerful, it's got an insanely big hitbox, stupidly how big it is. And yeah, it's basically the only good thing of having him is the insane hitbox. With this in mind, we can move on to the 5-cost shapeshifter. Now, the 5-cost shapeshifter is Swain. He is an imperial shapeshifting demon, so you can obviously see the synergy here with demons with this team comp. Now, this guy has a very nice ultimate and is kind of unique in the forms of shapeshifters. As a whole, he transforms into his bird form, draining the health out of people around him and gaining that health to obviously himself. He also fires off his massive burst damage when he finishes charging his ult. And yeah, He's one of the only shapeshifters that can re-ult. He's the only one that can obviously change to and fro from his two forms. Granted, it's based on a timer more than anything, but he's very unique in that way. Anyway, with this in mind, let's jump into some games and see how this team comp does. Now let's jump straight into a game. So we're looking for an early shapeshifter. Now, there isn't one in this shop. So I'm gonna take... Oh, the Zed. I guess I'm taking Zed. Fair enough. That's a decent start, I guess. High amount of burst damage. Easy way to beat the first wave. Now, we're looking for Elises and Nidalees here, as well as Jaces. Like, third minion wave, we'll be looking for Jaces. So right now, this team comp would maybe a bit higgledy-piggledy. BF Sword's really good early. Obviously, you can stick that onto a Nidalee or a Jace. Do a lot more damage. DiMaggio's. Gonna re-roll there, actually get nothing, and now I'm gonna question if I can actually beat this first wave. JK, I'm gonna sell you. Do that. Double up on the veins as a means to, obviously it can benefit us a bit more, because now instead of just having 2 coins on one champion, who is definitely not staying in our team comp, we can obviously do this. Give you the recurve bow. Just as a means to provide a bit more damage. I was going to put the BF sword onto the other one, but then I realized that would probably combine it, because I may have to obviously get a actual second thing, but that is something I want. I'm gonna do that for now, purely out of hatred of doing stuff like that, but we do get an Elise in the next shop, so we can naturally stick her on the board. No matter what, we're basically gonna have an Elise on the board next round, and that does put us in a predicament, because we do need to get some team members. Just having a level 2 Vayne isn't gonna cut it. Okay, so once we get to level 2, once we get out of this stage, okay, we're guaranteed at least the Elise. Good work there by our Vayne. She just cleaned that up on her own. Don't need team members. I mean, who does these days? So we're gonna re-roll our shop a few times. There's another release. I guess that's good enough for a first set of team. There's also another release in our shop now. That's very good. So we're gonna leave it as is. You're probably wondering, why are you not taking any more Vaynes? Well, I don't want a Vayne in my team, it's Shapeshifters. I just want Shapeshifters. There's 7 of them to collect. No, there's 6 of them to collect, I'm sorry. I can't count. Oh boy, I think we're not gonna get a transformation off here by either of our Elises, so we just need our Vayne to carry us through this round. And it looks like she is. She's probably gonna die here though. It's fairly close actually. That was really close. That Vayne got going. Oh, there's our Nidalee. Okay. We're in a good spot. We've got 2 of the 3 shapeshifters needed. We have our Vayne going insane in the membrane. And I'm naturally overexcited about things. Don't know why. It's me. I get overexcited about everything. The issue right now though is we have 0 melee champions. We kind of need a melee champion. Well, I guess we gain them once they transform. Like, now we have a melee champion. Why isn't our Vayne auto attacking? There we go. Good transform there by our Nidalee. She's actually living. She also gets more attack damage and she heals. I just realised she has a heal when she transforms, and that's early. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to get her on the board. Actually, I do. There we go. Okay, now we need to consider a way to replace the Vayne. Because I want to get that Gunblade off her onto the Shyvana. Now, whether that's by selling her when the time is right, like now would be a good time. This is Gunslingers and Pirate. Ooh. Surprised he hasn't got a... Why is he running? He could have traded one of his... He could have traded one of his Gangplanks for a Graves, so he gained Pirate buff at the end of this wave. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's doing, honestly. It's a bit weird. Okay, so we load in here. There is a Shyvana with a Dragon Claw part. Now we could obviously, we're probably wanting the Shyvana or the Jace here. There is a Jace. Jace could be very useful. I thought I was out there. If no one takes the Shyvana, I'm taking the Shyvana. Okay. I'm taking the Shyvana. I know I should probably have taken the Jace, but the Shyvana has a good item on her, and naturally I want to make her very powerful. So what we're going to do is immediately go for a very powerful strat. Firstly, we're going to do that. Actually, secondly, we're going to do that. Do that. Do this. Then this. Yeah, you start to see the method behind the madness. I almost re-rolled you there, JC boy. There we go. We could have stuck the Jace on the board. Obviously, we don't. I'd rather keep the double Shyvana because it's a bit more powerful right now. Should have probably put the Jace on the board. Don't know what why our Shyvana can't ult right now, or what's causing that ability to not be able to ult. I guess it's the Hush. That was a lot longer than 4 seconds that she was stopped there for attacking. If you couldn't tell. You can do that. Yeah, I'm trying to plan out here a good way to do this, because right now I want to get this Shyvana rolling. Getting her to level 2 would mean she's super rolling early on. Level 3 is just broken, so we're going to get to that. Naturally, it's going to be a thing over time, though, because right now, that's going to be annoying. That being said, big transform actually comes off here already, and here comes the damage. She's actually firing a lot here. That burn over time doing wonders. And the Bloodthirster as well. Have to realise that this is a very powerful champion early game. Especially when she gets rolling with that Rage Blade. So we're going to position for this. I do believe it should be like this we do the positioning. Yeah, that's how we should position for it. And it's how we are going to actually position for it. It's just really annoying sometimes to have to position like this, because we're putting a Shyvana in a very dangerous position. Luckily, she should be able to transform, because the damage this one Krug that's going to do to her is it's going to be minimalistic. He says that. No, she does get to transform, and that's Nico's help. That puts us in a weird position now. Because I could use that on a couple of things. Also, coins. Huh. I'm now concerned about what I should do. Because my mind's telling me use it on the Shyvana to get level 2. But if you look at our Elise, she's level... We have 2 level 2s there. And we're closing in on the level 3. It's like... I'll think about it, because naturally, I want to get the level 3 online for everything. Like, okay, I really want to use it now on her, because that's another release. But Shyvana, I'm gonna save it. That's the best thing I can do. Actually, Moronomicon not a bad item for Shyvana, if I think about it. It's better on Swain, which is probably who we're going to eventually use it on. And here comes a Shyvana transform and you're fucked. Yep. Yep. Definitely not broken any shape or form there. Shyvana is in her damage state, and damage state is definitely not broken. Okay, I really want to use it on her. I'm gonna wait a couple more waves before I use Nico's help on our Elise. Because right now we can obviously get the early level 3 on our Elise, which would be more Spiderlings, but I'd rather... Actually, do we do it? No. We'll save it. It's the best thing to do, because in the carousel phase, we could get a Shyvana, meaning that I could literally just use it on the Elise and get ourselves a actual use out of it. And this guy's lost now. As soon as you let a Shyvana transform, yeah, you're not winning. Our team's very strong at this early stages of the game. And once we start getting later and later, that Shyvana is going to be even more of a pain to deal with, because I can give things like a static shiver, so even maybe a Spirit Surgeon, something that can boost the chances of transformation. Even in the form of a static shiver, it still contains a tier, and that is still enough to threaten a lot of teams. And wow, that is a very nice shot, considering they're all level 2 or above. Actually, I might put a second Shyvana on instead of the least. I'm gonna keep it like that. It makes more sense to put the higher level character on the board, and plus it's gonna be targeted by a blitz, so yeah, I'd rather have a Shyvana, just the one right now. Even if she is this big threat to the opposition, I'd rather still just use the one that actually has items on it. Like, that is a lot of damage. I'm probably putting myself in a bad position, but we're on a 4 win streak with this setup. Like, what could possibly go wrong? So, there is a Nidalee here, probably what we're going to pick up. It's probably the most sensible thing to pick up for us. I mean, we could pick up a spatula. Don't need a spatula really, though. Varus would be nice, I guess. In the sense that we can get a... Oh, we're definitely picking up the Varus. Depending on what this guy wants. Okay, I'm taking the Varus. Because now we have a Dragon Claw, in theory. Well, I think we do. I don't think we do. I'm being an idiot. Okay, we do have a Gnar. Gnar. The Gnar bar is unleashed. Okay, there's the Elise I've been looking for. And a Jace. Ooh. That's very nice. I'm going to stick Gnar immediately on board, getting us Wild buff. Very strong that. Plus next round we can obviously buy into the Elise and Jace market here. Oh, you have Assassin Imperial. I like Assassin Imperial. It's a very good strat. Considering what it is. Good ult there by our Nah. Wow, this guy actually eliminated our Shyvana. Yep, we've lost this round. Okay. Thank goodness I didn't use Nico's help onto the... I'm actually going to use Nico's help on Shyvana now. It makes more sense to do it now when we need it. Because level 2 Shyvana is a lot more power. Like, you don't realize how much more damage that is. And now that we have a Nah who can obviously change up a team fight on a dime, and yeah, I guess going up against a guy who can literally just stop all your abilities. Coming down. Informant Cassidy. I don't really care too much, to be honest. Shyvana's transformed. It's kill time. Hey, you're not winning against that. Shyvana, 2s across the board in damage. Pretty good round there for us. I'm glad that I used my Nico's help wisely. Okay, so we're going to keep re-rolling our shop. I want to get the Nidalees, so I can't really buy XP right now. As soon as I get Nidalee up to at least level 3, or 2 level 2s, I'm going to start putting points into XP. Because the only thing that's low cost then to get to level 3 is Jace. And Jace, there's a higher chance of getting him at a higher level than a level 1 or 1 cost champion. So we're gonna be out this way. Get some decent items, to be honest. Could obviously stick a gunblade onto our team. Oh, apparently